Hey, welcome back to my Minimax build. It is Independence Day, and if you're an American, happy Independence Day to you, and I hope you enjoy some good quality time with your family. And yeah, we've already barbecued some ribs, and who knows what'll end up on the grill today. So I've got that first coat of urethane on the Aileron, and sad to say that I still haven't solved my oil leak. I put another quart in just to see what was happening, and unfortunately there's a new drop right there. And so I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to completely remove that supporting bracket and kind of clean everything out and do that all over again. But it's no big deal. I'll get it nailed down before it comes time to start it up. So obviously we won't be doing that without a propeller. And yeah, so I'm going to get the second coat of urethane on here. And one thing I wanted to show you is got a couple spots that are difficult to reach, and so I picked up some of these brushes that will allow me to come in here and bend this. I can take this and bend it so that I can get in behind some things. Show you a good case in point. This will allow me to get in behind. I might even bend it just a touch more in behind some areas that I couldn't reach with the larger brush. So let me put another slight bend right here. So we're going to give that a go. All right, I'm going to get some urethane out right there and get that second coat on this aileron, and then I am going to jump to my my windscreen and start getting the new sides put on that, and so that I can start fitting that back to the fuselage. Okay, let's do this. All right, so this works in behind there really well. Now I can get to all those little places I was having trouble reaching. Can even get behind, can make sure I've gotten behind the plywood here and stuff too. Alright, so I'm going to work through this, get this one done. No reason for you to watch me paint urethane. It's kind of a bummer, but we'll move on to something more interesting right after this. Alright. Alright, so here's my plan with the side here. This is the old side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on here, kind of line it up with the bottom, and then I'm going to go ahead and drill a couple of these 1/8" holes and throw a cleco in here, maybe 3 of them. Just to hold everything in place, and once I get it kind of held in place, then I can draw my outline. And actually, as I cleco, and I can drill all these holes before I actually even cut it out of here. So I think I'll do that first. And I got to go get the drill. I had it out in the other shop. So, and then I'll need my cleco pliers and my clecos, and I can get busy making this side. Once I get this one done, I can put it back on the frame here. I just have my windshield protected in this blanket. I can get it back on the frame, and then we'll drill out the other side here. And I've actually got some tape on here marking where it also needs to be cut. I don't know if you remember or not, but the on the side here, it was just a little bit long a little long, so I'm actually cutting it back. So I've got a tape line here to follow. So this one's already been done, so I can just follow the new outline. All right, so let me get a few things that I need, get set up here, and we'll get going on this. All right. All right, so when working with 1/8 inch rivets and clecos and everything, you want to use a number 30 drill bit. So that's what I've got in here. And I'll just get another hole here. All right. Clears my bolt on the deck right there, so I just didn't want to forget to mark that. Then this hole here is actually, I believe it was a 1/4 inch. Yep. But I'm going to actually do that with a step bit, so. All right, now all I got to do is mark my outline, and then we'll go cut it out. And then when we cut it out, we'll end up cutting right on the line, so that way we end up exactly the same location as this one here. All right, there we go. The new outline with all the holes in it, ready to remove from the sheet here. So, okay, I'll go out to the shop, cut this out, and then we'll come back and attach it to the frame, and then remove the other side from the frame. All right. All right, so I changed my mind a little bit. What I decided decided to do is that I actually want to see how the two of these fit on the sheet, so I can kind of know how I need to handle the cuts with the bandsaw. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off, and then I'll come back once I get this cut off. Well, let me drill out this one rivet first. Okay, so I got the other piece all drilled out. Got the hinges removed from it, which is really pretty simple. Just an 1/8 inch bit. Drill out the heads on those rivets and just pops right out. So now I'll get this one lined up, and this is what I wanted to see. I was thinking I could get a second piece out of this portion of it, and then I'll be able to kind of work the bandsaw kind of around and through here, I believe. So if not, I'll have to cut it apart with my saber saw, and then come back and cut to the lines with the bandsaw. I've had to do that before because the bandsaw only has so much reach to the wall. So yeah, so I'll get this one. I'll do the same thing. I'll drill a couple holes, cleco it in place, drill out all the holes, mark where I need to relieve the edge right here for my there's a nut and a washer that's on there. So yeah, let me get busy doing this. The second coat, the whole top and sides of all of these are done. The top of all of this is done. All inside there now is all good. And I have the leading edge done about to just past the middle point here all the way down. So that's currently drying. And once that gets dry, when I flip it over, it'll be really simple. I just have the tops of these members and the leading edge, and then the back portion here. The top side will go really fast. So moving along with the urethaning, it's a process. It takes a while, and because you have to put it on, let it dry, kind of work through it like that. So nothing is immediate with that urethane. So okay, so I'm going to keep moving on with the windscreen, and we'll get to the point here where we should be able to start getting something assembled there. Okay, so I'm starting to put this back together, and all I did was I just peeled back enough plastic for now so I don't scratch everything up, just to be able to get my hinge back on here. And just like when we built it the first time, it just takes I'm using a stainless steel, basically a cherry rivet, and on the back side I have a washer that's just 1/8 of an inch thick. So we just let me just get our rivet through. Let's make sure we got the 1/8 of an inch in here, which we don't. It's probably the 3/32. And once you push the washer up against there, all you have to do is just kind of hold it with your finger, and then just get one slight squeeze on it, and then you can see that it's already pulled it tight. So now I don't have to hold it anymore. And that's kind of important. I did have to drill 1 or 2 out when I first did this because I didn't handle that very well. And there we go. Now before I go too far, I do want to just make sure that the way the plastic, like, it extends in a couple spots just a little bit further than in other places. So I'm just going to make sure real quick that everything fits nice without any trouble. Because trouble is not something we're looking for today. All right, that looks like we're gonna fit just fine. So, all right, so I got the second coat on the rest of the aileron. So that's all looking good and is now finished. Ready to install the control horn and then install the bearing that goes in the end, and the bearing in the other end. And then they'll be ready to cover along with the wing, which is I think I mentioned I ordered the cable for the antenna. That'll be here in a couple days, so I'll have that to put in, and once that's in and I get my camera mount screwed in, we're ready to cover this. So at the same time, I was able to get this piece on, and I got one more piece on, and then I ran out of the little washers that I needed to finish that up. So I'll pick up some of those washers so I can keep moving with this, and I'll have this mounted to the fuselage in no time. So, and I do have a few wires that I need to run before I mount it, like, permanently. Not permanently, because it comes off. Remember, I put nut plates under there, so it comes off easily. But I've got, I have the ignition, secondary ignition wires that have to go forward. I have the wires to the switch for the magneto, and those have to go forward. And then I have CHT and EGT to work out, and those have to go into the fuselage and into the instrument panel as well. And the thing is the windscreen's got to come off in order to access the back of the panel here. So so I have to make sure that I'm ready for that. But I can at least put it on, put a couple screws in it, and just leave it kind of in place there, and then I can sort of drape something over it so it doesn't get all jacked up. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it, and yeah, it's great to be in the shop working on the plane, making good progress, and a little slower than I was doing when I was unemployed, but it's great to be employed again, I can tell you that much. So a little slower on the plane, no big deal. So I'm waiting for a hanger, I'm waiting for a propeller. All's good, and I'll catch you later.